look, there's been a lot of times where we say like, oh, look at this comedy bit I put in quotes, that Jesse Waters did. That is such a racist bit. Okay. But look, there are times I'm sure if I wanted to be super generous and totally naive and eliminate everything else I know about Jesse Waters, where I would say, it's just really dumb comedy that, like, a seventh grade kid from maybe a different era would find funny. Maybe I was that guy. Like it's very possible in seventh grade I was like, oh my God, people from China don't talk like they don't speak English, and I thought that was hilarious. So, you could see a Jesse Waters bit and maybe come to the wrong conclusion that this guy thinks that if someone's not white or doesn't speak English, or I should say not white and doesn't speak English, or just not white, that maybe they're just automatically, it's like a synonym for someone being stupid, right? Or less than. You could get that impression. Or you could just get that impression in the course of him just talking on national TV about somebody. Here is the 5.
Said, who's the wall?
He's the wall.
The wall was always a visual metaphor about an enhanced border security. He's made it an issue. People are listening. He's made it the issue that people weren't talking about. Maybe he'll get something out of it.
Maybe he'll get something out of it.
Yeah,
well, I think his strategy is I'm going to go after immigrants. This weekend he was
illegal
going
immigrants.
He wants to cut legal immigration. Don't forget that.
He wants chain over, lotto over. He wants merit based.
Yeah, and he wants to cut legal. So I'm
that
saying
would
go
cut
after the
legal immigration by bringing in the best and the brightest.
Oh, please.
Because we don't bring in some guy's uncle from Zimbabwe.
Oh yeah. Oh, Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Or
and then,
Thailand.
I get it. I want Norway. But the other part of it is
no way to Norway.
Yeah, you don't want to bring in some guy's uncle from Zimbabwe because he's from Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe is the name of an African country. And either Jesse Waters believes that uncles are inherently problematic, or maybe it has something to do with Zimbabwe.
You know what I have to say, though, just to credit where credit is due? Greg Gutfeld really saved that segment by his really humorous interjection there.
Norway is no way.
Yeah, I thought he saw that Waters had crossed the line to overt racism, and he was like, whoa, I need to save this segment. And he did it in a classic, very funny, very poised fashion.
Now,
well done.
We should also add that Jesse Waters doesn't know what he's talking about. They clearly want to cut the number of immigrants. It's not just they want to get the quality ones, like not the ones from Zimbabwe. But they actually want to cut the number of immigrants. They want to cut the number of refugees that are allowed in this country. They have cut the number of people who are allowed to be in this country after I guess you'd call them refugees under the TSP program, where, there was a major earthquake in this country and they can't recover, or there was a civil war and things are still bad there. So Jesse Waters, nothing like being racist and dumb.
They want to ethnically cleanse the country and engineer the electorate. And even if Jesse Waters was smart enough to understand it, he still would support it because he's as immoral as he is stupid. Zimbabwe is also known, and I even hesitate to bring this up because in some ways it shouldn't matter, but Zimbabwe is actually known for a very high quality education system on the continent. And a lot of people who immigrate from Zimbabwe, certainly Nigeria as an example, are actually disproportionately credentialed and educated. Yeah. But whatever, not like that should matter.
The real
frankly.
problem is
not like that should matter, frankly.
Right.
Yeah,
I hate that.
He knows that.
I think he does not know that, which is why I enjoy saying it. But I also would say that people who have no education and no traditional skill set should also be able to come here.
Well, but they're less than, though, Michael.
Right.
They're less than.